Hello, thank you for joining again. Today I'm going to show you a fun feature using the 3D Analyst toolbar right here that I've just added. And just in case you didn't watch my other videos, don't forget to enable your extensions feature. Just go to Customize Extensions and check box 3D Analyst. Then to access the toolbar, just click 3D Analyst by right-clicking your general menu. It'll bring you this toolbar right here, where you're going to have all access to everything. I like to tuck my toolbars up on the top because I just find everything kind of moving around and shuffled. To do this feature, first I just want you to change your actual target to the DEM that you're working on. For me, this was the one that we previously did in a different video where I had the DEM, and then I tried to clip it, and then it basically said correct your projection, and so this is the projection corrected DEM that we generated together in another video. So the objective here is really to show one of the great features of using ArcMap to do ground truthing. And ground truthing is really just a find of what is happening on the land, and typically people will go out on the field, they will have survey meters, they will have a GPS to target locations, and what you can use ArcMap for is a preliminary ground truthing step, whereby you can look at different features and target different areas you may want to visit because it looks interesting in your data set. And so to do this, the first step is bring up your DEM. Then we're going to go along the top, and we have a few features. Already we use the contours. We haven't done the steepness path or the line sight or the interpolation point, but the one I want you to look at here is really the interpolate line. And this tool allows us to somewhat step into an editor version and draw a line of where we want to analyze the slope, or at least the land features. So here what it looks like to be is a channel right here leading into the Lake Ontario of Toronto. If we draw a line across here, double click, we have a line drawn. We can then click create profile graph, and it lets us, and if you actually drop down, you can actually see there are more options, but we're going to use the profile graph, and magically ArcMap will actually generate a profile for the line from start to end right here. Isn't that cool? And so if we wanted to say get an idea of what the whole channel is all about, we can do more lines. So let's do one more here and pull up this graph. And let's do one over here. Pull up this graph. And isn't that interesting? You're just seeing how the channel changes. Now, you might find this interesting if you were a HECRUS user. This is something that you would play around with in HECRUS, where you can actually see the channel shapes. And I think that's the last one we're going to do. So you can actually see how it changes. And so what's interesting is you can see from the start of the line is the 0, and then the end of the line is like 5,000 something. And this is a dip in the water channel right here. Isn't that interesting? And then we have the floodplains right here along the sides. And so now you can actually calculate the channel shape. You can see that this channel is quite triangular, and right over here you can actually see we have a floodplain here and then a second channel, so it has a little bit of a pool and riffle happening there. So very interesting just to analyze channel after channel. If you love HECRUS or you're not familiar with it, definitely check it out. That's another free tool to analyze channel hydraulics. And I believe there's also a HECRUS built-in tool for ArcMap. I'm not sure if it's compatible with Arc10, but I've used it with Arc9. And it does enhance your experience with HECRUS. So give this a try and see how you can draw profiles. What I also like to do with playing with this feature, and I'm just going to close this, but you're welcome to just scroll right back to the minutes where we have these step-by-step channel, and you can actually try it out on your own by downloading the free geo-based data set and then clipping it with the open and free Toronto Open Data regional boundary, and literally just trying this out. If you look in one of my previous videos, I think I used tile 30M from GeoBase. at 1 to 250,000. But I'm going to just close this, and you're welcome to scroll right back to where we had these open. But I'm also going to show you what's nice, and that is really looking at the channel characteristics. So we're going to just zoom in a little bit closer because I want to really get the full extent of the channel. You can see it's almost like fading, but it starts 2 branches and goes to one. We're going to draw a line to represent this channel, and we're going to see what this channel is all about. So the line is a bit light and faint, so it is hard for you to see, but you can see my mouse moving across. It's because my DEM is black and this one is gray, the line that it provides me. But you can see now, as we're getting down to the bottom, that I am drawing basically the channel characteristics. And we're just going to go right into the artery right there. Okay, so right there I just drew right at the meeting point of 3 different channels. And we're going to check out how this looks like. Isn't that interesting? So if you wanted to now calculate the channel slope, you kind of have an idea of where you're going at and how steep the channel is. You can see that there's a drop. And here I can pull up a calculator, and we can see that there was a drop of 145 minus 85, a 60-meter drop. And that was over about 15,000. So rise over run is your general equation, and I'll just pull that up for you here. So when you want to calculate the slope is equal to rise over run. So your rise was 145 minus 85 over your run being your horizontal distance being 15,000. Okay, there's a little bit of math for you. And so we were getting about a 0.004, so it's not too steep. That seems normal. Interesting enough. And so you can also analyze this critically. But what I also want to show you is really your opportunity just to copy and paste this anywhere you want. So you can copy this as a graphic. We pull up Word, and it might be a little bit slow because I didn't open it up in advance. And then we can just paste this in. A little leggy. You can basically use this as a quick diagram for reference for writing about. You can also customize this in ArcMap before you export. So you can actually go to properties, and then we can change like a whole bunch of the axes, maybe add a legend if you want. So I'm just gonna press apply, but the legend has no meaning, so let's remove that. We can change so graphical profile. Let's see, that's the first one. We can change the line characteristics, so we can kind of do this, and that has no meaning. Okay, and now we lost it. Anyway, we can also change the title of the graph. Okay, I'm just going to, hold on, I'm going to just redo this by default because I lost the whole thing. Okay, we can change the titles. So we can say City of Toronto, River X, because I did not look at this in advance because I did not plan to make this video too much in advance. I just planned to show a really cool feature. And then profile subtitles, and then you can say horizontal distance in meters. Okay, look at that. And you can use a graph in 3D view, so now it's a little bit more, you have a bit of a depth in there. And you can also just play around really and customize it. And then you can also just then copy it into your report. So let's copy this pretty version in our report, because our report here has an ugly title. And there we have it. We have City of Toronto, this mysterious River X, because I didn't research before I did this video. But you can see how you can actually create profiles, or we can look at the characteristics of channels right in ArcMap. It's basically another way of preparing for your ground truthing events or checking out the field just before you go, pick out and point out which features you want to see. So definitely give this a try. If you have any questions, or if you found something really cool, definitely send me a message or reply in the comment box below. And definitely I will respond almost instantly. I'm always connected. So definitely give a shout, and also feel free to follow along on the Twitter feed, and you'll get the latest updates of whenever I put a new video out. Or subscribe, whichever works for you. Thank you for watching.